Hello, welcome to another lecture of our Auxiliary course. In this lecture, you will learn about how to handle, create, modify, and delete files. So the shell provides many file manipulation commands on the Linux file system. This lecture, we will walk through the basic commands and the basic shell commands you need to handle files. So let's get started. My name is Stefan. Welcome to another lecture of our Auxiliary course. Every once in a while, you run into a situation where you need to create an empty file. For example, sometimes applications accept a log file to be present before they can write to it. In these situations, you can use the touch command to easily create an empty file. In order to do that, for example, touch and my test file here, and as you can see here, we created touch my test file. So the touch command creates the new file you specify and assigns your username as the file owner like this. So as you can see here, my username is the file owner and my machine is Kali here. So notice in this example that the file size is 0 because the touch command just created an empty file. So that touch command can also be used to change modification time. So this is done without changing the file contents. So we will do, for example, and as you can see here, 313, and as you can see, this is 313 now. So let's create again, and my test file 2, and here lsl clear lsl. And as you can see here, these have different times. They also created a time for them. So yeah, and actually, if you want to update this file like this, so we can also write test file, write the same name, and as you can see here, we updated file time here. So creating empty files and altering file timestamps is not something you will do on a Linux system daily. However, copying files is an action you will do often while using shell. So let's get started with copying files here. So copying files and directories from one location in the file system to another is a common practice for system administrators. So the cp command provides this feature. In its most basic form, the cp command uses two parameters. So two parameters. The first parameter is that cp is the source object. So in this case, we're gonna firstly assign source, and after that we will enter the destination. So here, when both source and destinations are parameters are file names, the cp command copies the source file to a new destination file. So the new file acts like a brand new file and with an updated modification time. So for example, let's do following here, lsl, and here we have my test file 2. So let's copy my test file to the same location, but change the name to test here, test file. Yeah, test file, and let's do it. So we're gonna do, in order to do that, we're gonna do my test file. Firstly, we're gonna enter the source here, so my test file, and after that we're gonna enter the destination, and as you can see, the destination is gonna be this. So destination is gonna be test file, and here, oops, clear and lsl, and here, as you can see here, we have a test file, with the new timestamp 315, but here, as you can see here, whenever we copied this also created a new timestamp, but as you can see here, but the size and their contents should be the same. So the new test file shows a different modification time than our previous the test file. So if a destination file already exists, the cp command may not prompt you to this fact. So it is best to add the E option here. So E option to force the shell to ask whether you want to override a file or not. So we will do that like this, ls or cp here, parameter as E here, and override test file, yes, or E here, and as you can see here, L here. You can also here, let's see, and as you can see here, we override on the test file, and the timestamp and file content should be updated with new file here. So if you don't answer the U here, so U here, the file copy doesn't process, and you can also enter the N here, so for no. So you can also copy a file into pre-existing directory like this. We're choosing the absolute directory, so cp or clear firstly, so cp e for example my test file, and we're gonna do to my home Kali, and after that we will copy to, for example, templates or downloads, and here let's see the to downloads. Oops, see the to downloads here. As you can see here, we have a new file, my test file here. So the new file is now under the downloads directory using the same file name as the original